Some 20 years back, Anthony Quinn came to Switzerland to, he presented his art first in Switzerland, and we asked him about actors turning into artists, and he said, you know what, Stallone is painting now. And I think he did, and I think he's got a pretty powerful style. But why did it take so long for you to get here?
I didn't want to intrude. You know, the art world is a very specific world, and I think I needed to build up more knowledge, more paintings that had a little bit more personality to them and experience. It's like if I had done it too early on, it would have seemed like a gimmick. The fact that I've waited until I'm 64 years old and I have been doing it for a long time, I think people will say, oh, that has credibility. It isn't something he just decided to do to make more money, or it's not at all. So. And it's interesting, I remember Anthony Quinn saying, they asked him, he goes, you know, you're an actor, when did you start painting? He goes, no, I was a painter first. I was a sculptor before acting. And the same thing, I was doing this a long time ago, but I just didn't have the confidence in it at the time. But now I feel so, well, since someone else has brought it out, I didn't try to do this. Someone else said, I saw a picture of your painting, well, can I see some more? So it's just a wonderful accident that's happened.
It's great. We're very proud on the fact that you went to school in Switzerland. Did that encourage you in any way to become an artist?
Actually, it did. There was an artist there, and he was from South Africa, and I was very athletic, and he did a portrait of me, and I was really impressed because it was surreal. It wasn't like a portrait. It was this odd combination, and I never got over that. It was And that also kept it going. I had been painting a little bit before then, but that kept it going. Then when I was in college, to get bus fare home, I would paint a little something, and I'd go to the bus stop, and I'd say $10, $15, for real, to get a ticket. I wish I could buy all those back now.
This is going to get a pretty price for him now.
I used to use it as like at certain restaurants, there's a place in New York called the Blarney Stone. It's like cheap food. I didn't have any money, so you just I don't know. Okay, you know.
Could you express yourself as an actor ever as good as a painter?
I think I'm a much better painter than an actor because it's much more personal, and I think I'm allowed to just do what I want to do. Quite often in acting, you have to play a certain part. Cannot speak as much as you want to speak, because supposedly heroes don't talk much. You have to be very stoic. This, I can be as unrestricted as possible.
You've worked with John Huston, who was himself an art collector and a real connoisseur of art. Any memories about talking to him about art?
John Huston? You know, he was, we would talk a lot more about literature and about writing, and he was pretty quiet about his painting, but he was a great raconteur, so we would exchange stories. But I wish now that you tell me, I should have bothered him some more to see his art.
Well, you're not just an actor. People tend to forget that you're also a director, a writer. How is it that you can have those various gifts?
Truthfully, I was always nervous about doing that. I was not a very good student. So people out there that aren't good students in literature, it doesn't matter. If you can tell a story with feeling, it may be crude in the way you write it, but the emotion is there, you can be successful. So that's the way same thing with directing. There are wonderful directors that have mathematical techniques that are beautiful. I direct pretty much the way I paint. I just go for it. And I'm not critical about being perfect, but I'm very critical about being emotional. So I just go in, I'm not afraid to fail. That's it, I'm just not afraid to fail, because I realize failure is almost guaranteed. You're gonna fail 75% of your life, 80%. But that should just make you want to try even harder. That's all.
Last question. What kind of music are you listening to when you're painting?
That's funny. I usually listen to classical music, violent classical music. Like,
it's not Bill Conti.
No. Like Mars, you know, the planets. Usually that, yeah.